good morning. It's Thursday, I think. It's an overcast day with some slight northeast winds, which I don't like, but that's okay. At least it's overcast and there's some breeze. That's a nice change from this week. So I'm taking a chance with the starter issue and stuff. The way that it's been, the boat's been acting actually pretty good. I can usually get it going, so I'm taking a chance and I'm driving all the way down to the other end of the lake today. And there's a bay down there that I want to do some frogging, some flipping. There's a channel where I can throw a glide bait. There's rocky points on the way back if I want for smallmouth. There's rocky shoals over there for smallmouth. And if all that fails, I'm ready to cast for muskies too. I've got my net, my landing gear, my rods, everything. I'm loaded for bear today. So this could be epic or it could be terrible. You just never know. But as always, come along with me on Ontario Fishing Quest, and it should be a good time. Made it down here. I just checked my phone. It took me about 25 minutes from the other end. It's nice. The sun's starting to come out, but it's just overcast. A little bit of a breeze. Feeling good. I really want to catch some fish over here. The tournament that was held here the day I arrived was launched from this end of the lake, not far from here. And I know that there's always a lot of fish caught in this area. And so all those fish caught were just released, right, on this end, not far from here. So it could mean that they're more heavily concentrated down on this end. We'll see. There's only one way to find out. Huge carp down there. Wow. That's what I saw splash. I thought it was a bass maybe blowing up, but it was carp again. These carp are maybe ruining my bass fishing. Got a frogfish, guys. Decent one. Oh man, that's a good one. No! Man, really good fish. I should have just swung him in the boat. When it happens so fast, it just, yeah, it's hard to focus on what's happening. And what I probably should have done was rather than try and net him, I should have just reached down and grabbed his mouth, but you just don't think of something like that. I felt like I got a good hook set in him, but it must have just been one hook, kind of skin hook sort of thing, so that happens. It hurts though when it's a 3 or 4 pounder like that, and you've gone through a day like we went through yesterday with like hardly any action. Oh, one just bit it and came off. Little fish, I think, but kind of slapped it. But yeah, it's tough to, especially with frogging, because hookup ratios aren't always good, but it's just so much fun to frog fish, and when you catch a fish on a frog, it is so fun, so rewarding. I love it. And it's such an effective bait to cover water. It's weedless, like you can throw it in junk like this. And it's great bait, but hookups aren't always great. I sharpen my hooks, I bend my hooks out, but you'll still miss fish on a frog for sure. As you just saw, I missed one. You'll have them come unglued, just like what happened to me. So, oh, these loons are awesome. So, yeah, it is upsetting. But that's fishing, right? Guys, I wish you'd have seen that. A musky just jumped out at my frog here. I saw him come out of the air and he nailed it. That's hilarious. The long body of a musky, and it actually looked like a decent fish. Definitely wasn't a bass. Because it just jumped out of the water and attacked it. I wish I'd have had the camera on it, of course, but you know how that goes. Another muskie just tried to grab this frog. Smaller fish, I got a decent look at him. Came out of the water for it. There's certainly some muskies buried way back in here. I'm gonna flip around this stuff a bit since I'm stuck in it. Finally, guys. Oh, got a good fish. Oh, a really good one. Check that out. Really good fish, guys. Really, really good. I've been working so hard for this fish. I've had blow-ups. I lost a good one at the boat. Oh, this feels so good. I've been frogging for 3-4 hours probably. This is the first one in the boat on the Spro Poppin' Frog. Oh, awesome. I love it. 4-pounder, guys. I love it. Let's get him back in the water. See you, bud. Oh, I worked so hard for that fish, guys. I'm so happy right now. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's been a grind. I lost that one right by boatside, which was a heartbreaker. I think it was a pretty similar fish to the one I just got. So it feels really good to make up for that. I've had some musky blow-ups on the frog. I've had some small fish blow up on it. And I saw a big one come, a big bass come and grab the tails and shake its head and then spit. Didn't grab the body. I saw that not near the boat, or kind of a halfways between where I casted and the boat, halfway back in the retrieve. So it's been a grind. It's been fishing a lot of hours and making a ton of casts, but for quality fish. Like that 4-pounder there, that's a good bass here in southwestern Ontario. Central Ontario. That's a good, that's a really good bass. Like a lot of guys are, have never caught one like that if you haven't put in a ton of time. So it's definitely not quantity on this trip, guys. It's quality. I'm catching some really good quality bass this trip. It's not many, but man, there have been some good some good fish here. 5-pounder, couple 4s, and 3. Like, it's been really good. So, oh, hard work though. All right, we'll check in with you later. Just when I stopped recording, oh, that's pro. I got this little guy. That's the smallest largemouth, I think, of the trip on a frog. That's hilarious. Good times. Right after I stopped recording and I was talking about that 4-pounder, I shut the camera off and I said, okay, I'll check in with you guys later. And then this one bit the very next cast, just this little one. It's so funny, eh? That's just the way it goes. But I love it. It's so fun. See you, bud. Got a good smallie, guys. Pretty sure. Oh yeah. Barely hooked though. Yes. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at this smallie. Oh. Oh, guys. That is a tank. That is a tank of a smallie. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, holy smokes. What a beast. Crazy, guys. That was crazy. I mean, literally, that's it. Oh, this is a huge, huge smallie, guys. Wow, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Easy, man. Oh my word. What a tank. Holy crap, guys. What a friggin' monster smallie. Oh my goodness. That is a beast, guys. That is a beast. Heavy, heavy fish. Wow. Barely hooked. That is amazing. 5-pounder, boys. Just under 5. Oh, that's a big fish. Let's get him released. There he goes. Holy crap. Well, guys, that is a monster smallie. That's my PB. That was a big brute. Oh, just a hair under 5 pounds. But goodness sakes, what a brute of a fish. Megabass Levante jerkbait special. Shimano Chronarch MGL 6.3-1. Durialis 110 SP. This is green smelt color. It's a Aaron Martin signature color. One of my confidence jerk baits. The best smallie I caught here last fall was about 4.5. This one was almost 5. It was so close to 5. But it was on this same bait. I love this bait so much. This day has been just crazy. A struggle. It's been a heartbreak of losing a big bass at the side of the boat. Seeing muskies blow up on my top water. Going way, way, way back and deep and catching a 4-pound largemouth on a frog. And it took forever to get out of that spot, and I was running aground. it was just chaos getting out of there. So I finally got out of there and decided just to try this spot, and I'm sure glad I did. And he was barely hooked, guys. Okay, like barely hooked, and this rod just handled it perfect. I didn't rush him in. I just let him go. I gave him slack, gave him drag, and wow, what a day this is. Hey guys. Oh, I'm still shaking from that smallmouth. What a crazy. So I'm working my way up to the cottage. There's one more spot I'm going to try for smallmouth, and if that doesn't pan out, it's about 6 o'clock or 6:30 or something right now. If this doesn't pan out, I'm going to try for a muskie today. I've got the gear, I've got the net here. Go for the trifecta, go for the triple crown, a largemouth, a smallmouth, and a muskie. That'd be a pretty epic day. I mean, it's been a weird, unreal day as it is, but if I can get a muskie yet, that'd be cool. But I'm going to quickly try this spot for smallies. If nothing's here, I'm moving out for muskies. Okay guys, I'm trying for a muskie. If this were to happen, this would, I think, officially go down as my most epic day on the water. Well, you guys, you're not going to believe it. I just lost the muskie. Just didn't grab a hold of the bait good enough, I guess. I set the hook pretty hard, but came unglued. That's the way it goes. Oh my word. I almost thought the trifecta was going to happen. Oh my goodness, though. That was crazy. That just kind of goes along with this day. Losing fish, but catching epic fish, and you know, it's crazy. I couldn't really tell the size of the one I lost. It just kind of felt average, you know. But still, it would have been cool. I'm gonna finish this line and probably be heading back because it's gonna be 8 o'clock soon. Oh, that would have been the coolest thing ever. Stuff in my teeth. Okay, here we go. I don't like shooting these parts because I feel like I suck at them. Okay, folks, I'm back at the cabin, and it's tough to describe today. It's really tough to put it into words. So, to help, I'm gonna have a Bob Cajun brew. Probably seen this on my other videos where I had a really out of focus camera shooting my outro for me. It was just bad. So, anyways, I did a little review on this brew. This is Northern Lights IPA by Bob Cajun Brewing. It is a fantastic brew. It's my current favorite brew going. Current favorite IPA. Love IPAs. So, that's so delicious. Today was a day of quality over quantity. It was a day of winning and losing. It was a day of catching one big fish and then not seeing any other fish, and um, there was a lot of action. There was 3 musky blow-ups total on my frog. I know none of them were on camera, but I hope you guys just take my word for it when I tell you that it happened. I can't just record all the time. You know, I don't have enough cards or batteries or anything like that. So, yeah, 3 musky blow-ups on the frog. It's kind of neat to see. I lost a good fish this morning, and that was a heartbreaker. I was mad. I was upset. I said things I shouldn't have said. I was mad because I'd fished, the last couple of days, really hadn't had anything much to show for it, and was kind of frustrated and down on myself and doubting my ability as an angler. Yeah, so when that happened, it was tough to recover, but you just gotta keep fishing, just keep going, because there's gonna be more chances. And there was. After I lost that one, I kept drifting down and down and down, and there was not a lot of fish in that bay. I had a couple other blow-ups, one small. One big fish did grab the tails of my frog. I saw when it was coming back. I saw a huge bass, okay? Like, I'm telling you, this was the biggest one I've ever seen. You probably hear that a lot from people, but it was huge. It grabbed the tails. I saw its mouth close around the tails. It shook its head, and then it spit it. So it was neat to see, but I wish he'd have grabbed up another like 2 inches and I would have been able to hook him. But anyways, so that was kind of neat. Oh. So I worked my way around all through that back bay into another little back bay, but it's sort of the mouth of a little river that goes back to an old bridge. And the wind really had started to pick up, and there was a bit of a shoreline sort of covering this one stumpy area, and so I went back in there because the water was calmer, and I wondered maybe there'd be fish sitting there just trying to get a break from the wind. And yeah, that 4-pounder bit, that was awesome. Bit of Spro bronze-eye popping frog, white with the orange kind of streaks on it, and then another little fish bit after that. So that was good. It felt so rewarding to catch that largemouth, because I felt like I worked my what off to catch him. So that was great. So the story of coming out of that bay, it was very, very difficult. It's so stumpy, and it gets so shallow in so many spots that you have to use your trolling motor normally, but the wind was so crazy, and it was getting choppy. I couldn't see down through the chop with my sunglasses to see where the stumps were, so I had to go really slow using my big motor to give me enough force to push through the wind in the chop to get out of there. And I ran aground a couple of times. I bumped stumps. It was nasty getting out of there. It took me a long time too, because it's a big bay, but I finally made it out, and then I wasn't sure what I was going to do, so I decided to go try for smallmouth. And lo and behold, you know what happened. You saw the fish. And I was just losing my mind. I was shaking. It was the second cast on that spot, okay? The second cast. And I didn't even know I had a fish on. I honestly felt like I just ticked some weeds. It was a soft bite. And as you probably see in the video, it just barely hooked, okay? Like, I was losing my mind when I saw how big that fish was and how not well hooked he was. But the key to that was not two keys to bringing that fish in successfully, okay? One is not to force it. I made that mistake earlier in the day when I tried to net that big largemouth. I should have just flipped him in the boat. But with this big smallmouth just shaking and fighting and running and going under the boat and all of that, you got to have your drag right. You got to not pull him in. You can't try and turn his head, or else you're going to pop that hook out. The second key is your rod. Your rod has got to have enough give. It's got to bend into the blank. It's got to load properly enough to keep fish pinned on treble hooks like that.
So this Mega Bass Levante rod was a lifesaver for me today. It was awesome. It's a jerkbait special if you didn't catch it before, but yeah, that was a big key to getting that fish in. So I decided to go for the trifecta. I decided to try for musky, and so I fished a couple of spots, and then I came back near to the cottage where I've caught musky here before, and wasn't recording, but I had one on and it got off. So I have no idea how big it was or what happened, if it just grabbed the tails or maybe just had a hook in the corner of its mouth. I don't know. But anyways, you'll just have to believe me. I'm not a liar, by the way. I say a lot of things like, oh, this just happened. I wouldn't say it if it actually didn't happen. So yeah, I had one on and got off. So, but that was kind of the story of how the day went. You know, it was a day of getting some great fish and losing some great fish. It was just sort of fitting. And it didn't really upset me. It didn't really disappoint me because I still felt very edified from the day and very satisfied from everything. So it was a great experience just the whole day. So.
Okay, we are recording. Look at this, guys. Redemption musky. That's a good fish. Nailed a double 10 bucktail. We'll get him measured and then we'll get him released. Oh, nice fish, guys. Healthy, thick. He's fat, but he's not that long. He's a 40.
Yep.
Nice.
Gorgeous fish, bro.
Awesome.
Gorgeous fish.
Okay, guys. I can pull a shot off of that for camera.
You sure this is on, right?
Yes, it is. It's so important, guys, to make sure these fish get released safely.
Is there scarring on the top of his head?
Yeah. I'm not sure what that's from. Maybe a boat, or... I thought he was going to be longer because his size was so... he is so heavy.
It's a gorgeous musky. There she goes.
Thanks, buddy.
Anytime. Good job.
Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, bud.
Good job.
That feels amazing. Well, guys, you just saw it. Redemption muskie. After losing the one last night, I was going for the trifecta. Hooked a 40-incher out here. Fattest 40-incher I've ever caught. Anyways, Mikey did a splendid landing job for me. So, feels good. I think we're gonna come into another fish today.
Anyways, this outro was getting long, but it was just hard to put all the emotions of today into words, I guess. Honestly, it was a very emotionally draining, highs and lows and worries and stress and joy and celebration. It was a lot of emotions today, so it was draining. But thanks so much for sticking with me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. It means the world to me. And if you have suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments section. Criticisms, you know, I'll welcome that as long as you're not a troll. I'd love to know what you guys think of the videos. Let me know what you'd like to see more of, less of. Maybe you want less talking, maybe you want more fishing, or whatever. But thanks for sticking with me through the failures and the successes. That's what I wanted this channel to be. So thanks so much for coming along. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in for another adventure on Ontario Fishing Quest. See you later.